Cells are the structural and functional units of a plant. A closer look at the cell shows that it possesses an outer protective cell wall which provides rigidity and support to the cell. Next to the cell wall is the cell membrane, which is more flexible. The cell membrane is a complex layer composed of many proteins and a lipid bilayer. This cell membrane facilitates the movement of some selective substances into the cell, while other substances are allowed to move out. These useful substances enter the cell through these pores. Within the cell is the cytoplasm that reveals a network of interconnected fibers and filaments extending throughout the cell and forming the cytoskeleton. It connects with the cell organelles. The most prominent amongst all these organelles is the large, fluid-filled central vacuole, which helps in the storage of useful substances like water, sugars, and amino acids. Lying close to the central vacuole is a unique green-colored organelle called the chloroplast, which absorbs sunlight during photosynthesis and helps the plant in making its food. The next important organelle is the powerhouse of the cell called the mitochondrion, which provides energy-rich ATP molecules. But do you know which organelle is responsible for controlling all these functions? Well, here we see the controlling center of the plant cell, the nucleus. On the outermost boundary of the nucleus lies the nuclear membrane, which is a double membrane and exhibits the presence of numerous nuclear pores. Within the nucleus, we observe a dense spherical nucleolus and the thread-like chromatin fibers, which are made up of the hereditary material DNA. DNA is a complex biomolecule considered the blueprint of life. Seen in the vicinity of the nucleus is an extensive network of interconnected flattened membranous tubules called endoplasmic reticulum or ER. There are two types of ER. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum or SER, that is a network of smooth tubules devoid of ribosomes. Another type of ER is the rough endoplasmic reticulum or RER that has tubules studded with ribosomes, giving them a rough texture. A few ribosomes are seen floating freely in the cytoplasm. Ribosomes are significant organelles that are associated with the synthesis of amino acid chains. These form the complex proteins. RER helps in the trafficking of these proteins in the form of vesicles. They move to the adjoining organelle, that is the Golgi body. The Golgi body is referred to as the packaging organelle, where proteins from ER are packaged into secretory vesicles. These vesicles are pinched off from the surface of the Golgi body and transported outside the cell. All these organelles together ensure that the cell is working in perfect harmony. We can see that the microscopic cells are the structural and functional units of plants. A plant cell mainly comprises a rigid cell wall that functions to provide support and rigidity to the cell. A cell membrane that facilitates to and fro transport of materials. Cytoplasm that reveals a network of interconnected fibers and filaments. A large fluid-filled central vacuole that stores the useful substances. Chloroplast, the unique organelle contributing to the food-making process of photosynthesis. Mitochondria, that is regarded as the powerhouse of the cell. ribosomes, which enable protein synthesis in a cell. Golgi body, which packages the substances required by the cell, and the prominent control center of the cell, that is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus are seen the nucleolus and the chromatin fibers made up of the hereditary material DNA.